Hi, Darry here. Today I am going to try something. I love greens. These are collard greens. I love any kind of greens. And normally I will just boil them and I put some different seasonings in with the boil. And so I have a little recipe that I love and I may share that later on. But today I'm trying something brand new I've never done. And so I went to the store just a little bit ago. The guys sent me after some supplies on a project they're working on, and so while I was there I stopped in by the store and I went to where they keep the greens, and man, they were out. The only thing they had left was some turnip greens, and man, they looked terrible. So I just went on down. I actually didn't think they would even have any more, but I went on down and I ran into a young man and I said, hey, by chance, do y'all have any collard greens in the back? He said, well, let me go look. And I said, if you do, I'd like to have about 5 bunches. And so he went back there, and man, he came out with 5 enormous bunches, which turned out to be 6. And anyway, so I went up front and I paid for everything that I was getting. Came home, and so I'm cutting them up, and I'm going to fry these, and they're going to be some kind of good. So I've got some ham hocks. Actually, I went after ham hocks, but I ended up getting smoked turkey wings. Never have used those, and so I'm going to try them. Normally when I do any kind of greens I use ham hocks, but anyway, I'm going to cut these up in small pieces like so, and I'm going to mix them with the others that I have already cut up, and they're in the pot waiting for me to start the process. And so I had so many greens I didn't use all of them. I just used 3 bunches, and it's made all of this that you see. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm just about ready to start cleaning these a little bit better. I have washed them about 5 times, but now that I've got them cut up, I'm going to rinse them one more time. I want to get all the sand, anything that might have made it to the store on the leaves or in some of the stems that I took off. I'm actually going to cut some of these up, and I'll show that later. Okay, I've got, this is my first washing with them cut, a little smaller, so I don't expect there to be much sand or dirt or anything like that on them. They were actually pretty clean when I got them at the store. I was kind of surprised. They looked so good. And so I'm going to do this and check my water and see what it looks like after I rinse these just a little bit. So I'll come back here just in a bit and we'll check and see how the water is looking. Okay, I've got a colander out. I've got the greens inside the colander, and you may be wondering, why am I doing that? I want to be able to look at the water here just in a bit, and it helps me to see if there's still any sand or dirt or anything like that on the greens, so I'll kind of know when I need to stop. So probably about right in here, I'm going to stop the water and take a look at the water that's in the pot, and we'll kind of go from there. If you can see, yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good. I don't see any sand in the bottom at all. As the color, some of the color is coming off the groove. That's okay. So I am very close now to starting the process of cooking. So we'll be back when we get situated for that. Okay, we're back here, and I've got my onions cut up here. This is a half of a large onion put in here, and I've got a little bit of seasoning in here. Just feel free to use whatever seasoning it is you like. I have a turkey wing, or actually I guess it's half of a turkey wing, enormous turkey wing. And so I'm just going to cook that down. I'm just about ready now to add my water. I'll cover this turkey leg roughly with some water. I'll bring it right up to the edge of it. And then I'm going to let that boil for about an hour and a half, and then I'll check it. Just mainly checking for the tenderness of the turkey wing. I want to be able to pull all that meat off, so it will be bone free whenever the greens and this is mixed together. So this is what it looks like at this point. It's going to look a whole lot better here just in a little bit when we get the greens, and then we'll again fry those greens down, kind of like what you're seeing right here. We'll just keep frying them down, and it will be fabulous, I do believe. So I'm going to keep this going just for a little bit, and then we're going to add water. Would add chicken stock, but I think water is going to be fine for what we're doing, since we're not using much. We just want to get this turkey wing tender. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, the onion is perfect, and the turkey is now ready to be submerged. I've got water here. I'm going to go ahead and add, and we're going to begin that process of, I'm going to bring the water up to the top. I'll probably have to refill this, I believe, just a little bit over. Yeah, almost. Let me get just a little bit more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a lid on it, and then we're going to let it boil. I'll probably check it in about an hour, but I expect it to go probably an hour and a half, and it should be tender. And then we'll take it out, let it cool just a little bit, and begin taking the meat apart. That should do that right there. Okay, so we're good there. I'm going to put a lid on it, and we'll let it simmer or boil for about an hour, and we'll check it and then go from there. Be back in a bit. Okay, it's been about an hour. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That looks amazing. That will be the pot liquor for these collard greens. I am fixing to get set up to take the meat off the bone, and I've got over here, I'll put this back right over here. I just put the greens on. I'm going to boil them, and I've got some vinegar in there, just a little bit, and that's going to make those, help to make those tender. So I'm going to get them down, and then we'll begin to fry them and add the pot liquor in as needed. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I have got the turkey wing over here, and I am taking the meat off of it. It looks like it's going to be fabulous. Once I get this all off the bone, I will take the meat, and then when the greens are ready, and they probably need about another 15-20 minutes, then they'll be ready. Then I will put all that in a different pot with some oils, and begin to fry those down, adding stock as needed. And I'm excited about this new recipe, and we may tweak it as we go, but you'll be a part of it. We're going to do this together. All right, bye. Okay, the greens are just about ready. I'm going to add just a little bit of white vinegar to that, and splash more right there. Okay, and that will help to make those tender. And then we're going to go into the skillet in just a moment, and we're going to fry them bad boys down. And then we'll add our stock here in the meat. It has been reduced, and so it's looking good. We'll be back in just a bit. Okay, checking my pan here for temperature. 381, I'm good there. So I'm going to start adding the greens over. Man, sounded good. I'm going to turn the fan on. Here just a little bit. Man. I'm going to let these cook just for a little bit, kind of fry down a little bit, and then I'm going to add some more and just keep working it. And then when they're all in, we will start adding our pot liquor, as it's called. You could call it stock. But, and I've already tasted it. It's fabulous. It is great. So let's just keep an eye on this. And, yeah. We'll just let me stir this a little while. I'll add the others with it, and then when we come back, we should be close to starting to add the pot liquor into these greens. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're back, and we have some bacon that was left over from this morning. We actually did a video on sawmill gravy. Someone had requested how do I make my sawmill gravy, and so we actually just did a video on it today. Pam's got it uploaded, so you can find that somewhere on YouTube. But anyway, so we got a little bacon in there. We're fixing to go ahead now and add our stock right here. So I'm going to just reach over and get some of this meat. This meat is going to be so good. Smoked turkey meat. And so let me turn my heat up just a bit. And I'm going to bring some of this over and start incorporating that into these collard greens. And this is going to be good. I can't wait to sit down just in a little bit and try this. We've not stopped all day. We got up kind of early, running, working on the bus. If you know me, you know our situation. We're doing a bedroom in the back of the bus. We travel all the time, and so we've been doing that. And then we came in, and Pam cooked a gumbo. While what was I doing when you did that? I was doing something, and I don't even know. She just said, "How would you like to have a gumbo tonight?" And so I love her gumbo, and you'll want to get the recipe. We're going to do that. She didn't know it, but I've talked her into it. We're going to do a video on the gumbo. So let me work on this just a little bit. You've seen what we've done, and then we're going to come back in just a little bit and get it ready. Okay, we are back, and I've got everything in. I put some of the cayenne pepper sauce in, and then I refilled that jar with vinegar and a little bit of water. So that will go back in the fridge in just a bit. But I have a little bit of this other that I always like to add is jalapeno pepper, and it's the hot sauce with it. So we'll add, and I always add mine to the greens in every situation. And then if I want more, I'll always add it to my plate or to my bowl as I'm eating them. So I put a generous amount of both kinds, just a little bit more. Okay. In a little while, I'll refill that and get it ready. So these are ready. I actually tasted a bite of it just a bit ago before I added the cayenne pepper sauce. It was great. So I've got my bowl ready, and I'm just going to dip in here and get some of that good stuff right there. Look at that amazing stuff. And I put my stalks in too and got those good and tender. And so let's get some of this. Oh my goodness. And you can do so much with this. You could add the sausages, link sausages to this. You can add all kinds of different things, different meats, just whatever you like. You know, that's the best thing about cooking and being in the kitchen. I tell people that's kind of intimidating about it. So look, when you're in the kitchen, you're the boss, and you've got to know that. So I'm gonna grab a spoon and get some of this goodness right here, and some of that juice. Oh my goodness gracious! Oh man, look at that! Look at that! Okay, I gotta blow it just a little bit. Oh my goodness, it's fabulous. You have got to try this. You've got to do this. I'm telling you, you are going to love this, and it's fabulous. I don't know now which one I like best. I want the original, like boiled in water. I think I'm going to be doing this for a while, and it's not no trouble. And I'm telling you, believe me, it is fabulous. I hope this helps. Enjoy being in the kitchen. God bless you. Bye-bye.